Okay, I'm here today to talk to you about my Katadyn Hiker water filter. I purchased this at the beginning roughly of 2018, and I've been using it throughout summer on my backpacking trips and hiking trips. Um, this filter, I think it's like 50 or 60 bucks off Amazon. It's not expensive at all. Um, Totally worth buying in my opinion. We'll go over some of the features and some of the accessories that it comes with, which is pretty darn sweet. Like I said, the filter's around 60 bucks or so, and for that money, you get a lot, it seems. So as you can see here, you get the filter, obviously. No surprise. You get this little bag, which is pretty nice. It's not like anything special, but it's just nice that it comes in a little bag. Um, and then you get sort of like a lock sack style bag, um, which has the output hose in it. It has a barbed end that'll fit onto a camelback style bag or bladder, which you could put into the hose. And then it also has this black piece, which has a similar nubbed end on the inside, which is for Nalgene. So that fits in the inside of a Nalgene bottle. I don't use either of these because I use both, and I just fill my Nalgene with the hose inside of it, and same for my camelback bladder. I just put the hose inside of it instead of having it set up for one or the other. Um, but it's nice that it comes with it, especially if you're going to use one over the other. This is the input hose, and it's pretty nice. It's just a small, thin, like 3/16 style tubing for both the input and the output. But what's really nice is the pre-filter. So it has this large, like, plastic rock guard. And then on the inside here, it has a mesh little filter to get out some of the smaller particles, so you're not putting that into your filter, which is nice. And then it has this small float here that you can adjust the height of it on the tube, so this will sit farther in or less into the water. This you have to assemble yourself, and I will say, this hose takes a lot of force to get over, or maybe I'm just weak. Whatever, I don't really care. Um, but once you get it put together, you know it's not going anywhere. So my comments about the water filter itself. I've used this backpacking with my brother this summer and on some other camping trips, as I previously stated. And him and I were both surprised. It was the first time I took it out. We were both surprised at the flow rate because he has an MSR ceramic filter, which obviously that gets out more particulates just due to it being a tighter filter itself with ceramic. But this thing, I mean, doesn't take that many pumps to fill up an algae, and it was pretty darn impressive. The flow rate was very high. Um, you don't get any weird taste or anything from it, obviously. Another thing to note, when you do put this filter together, in the instructions it says run some water through it. You should do that anyways with a water filter you're going to use, just to make sure you have it set up correctly. And especially for this style of filter, because there's charcoal particles that come out, it's nothing to be worried about. It's the same as like a pure water filter. But just something to note, it's super easy to take apart. You just pull this little handle out to the side, and then you can twist the filter out. And you can buy replacement filters. They're pretty cheap, but these things last a long time, especially if you're filtering from more clean water. Let me see inside here. There we go. And it's only hard because I have the little cap on the end, as you can see, so it's causing a vacuum. But really nice little filter. Doesn't look like I've even used it, but I have been. And I've been thoroughly surprised at how good this water filter is. And for the 50 or 60 bucks that it costs, everyone should have one if you're into the outdoors. I mean, darn good filter, you can't go wrong. And that's also one thing to note. It doesn't clog that much by any means, even when you're filtering it. With my brother's filter, on previous backpacking trips up where he lives, him and I have noticed it sort of clogs every now and then, and you really have to clean it out a lot more frequently than you would this one. So I give it a huge thumbs up. It's a darn good filter for the money. They've been around for decades, tried and true, and can't go wrong.